Hello guys, welcome to Samber Style. Today I am starting a new project inside the house, and as you guys can see, this room it needs a little bit of loving. This is our guest bedroom. However, at the moment it is a catch-all room. As you guys can see, there is a lot of excess baby stuff, Amber's overflow closet, and then we got baby pillows, and that's not even talking about what's going on in this closet over here. So I'm gonna quickly show you guys a quick tour of what's going on in this room, and then kind of give you a plan and overview of what I am going to do to this room. And then I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'm gonna try my best to get this room cleaned out within a day. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with that, so I'm just gonna go ahead, clean it out, and show you guys what I got to work with. So let's do it. So here we got a lot of extra baby stuff that we're gonna take out and put close by, but we might need this a couple of months from down the line now. And then we got our excess cat toys, because this is another part of our cat sanctuary. So of course we have to have 2 cat towers, not just one. A whole bunch of stuff. We got 2 beds in here, one is going out, and we're gonna get a new mattress, new side tables. I'm not sure about the light fixture. We might keep the fan, however this popcorn ceiling is going out. So that's gonna be the first part of this project, is to get these ceilings smooth. Closet stuff for Amber, and then also a little bit of decor stuff. There used to be 2 shelves here. But yeah, I'll tell you guys what happened to that one a little bit later. And then moving over here, we got some Oculus that we bought. We used about 2-3 times, and it's just been sitting. Got my hat collection, and then a whole bunch of extra. This is my second closet, basically. Definitely needs a little bit of organizing and some optimization, because this isn't built the best. So I'm gonna do my best, take everything out, and then see if we can optimize it and get some of Amber's clothes also in here. So I'm gonna clean out everything. I'm not gonna bore you guys with that, and then show you guys the bare bones and see where we start. So let's do it. Believe it or not, this is the same room that you guys just saw. It literally took me about the whole day to clean out everything, but we finally did it. And I have to say, it is a little bit rougher than I thought it would be. I can't remember it being that bad when we moved in. So I'm gonna quickly show you guys everything that I plan to do with this room, fix everything, and then change a couple of things. So let's get right into it. Okay, first things first is this carpet. We are gonna keep this carpet. However, I will have to get a carpet cleaner and give this carpet some loving. Next thing on top is, of course, the popcorn ceiling. That's gonna be one of the first projects we're gonna do in this room, is clean up the ceilings, get it all smooth and looking fresh. And then something I wanna show you guys, if you can see these outlets, that one looks about the right height. Coming over here, that one is kind of close to the baseboards. I think I might leave it. And then coming over to this wall, it is pretty much in the baseboard. So I presume the previous owner's wire were a little bit short. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna have to crawl under the house to see if I can lift it up. Hopefully I can do so without being too complicated. And the rest of the outlets are looking good. I am gonna be replacing these blinds, putting new fresh blinds, and change out the trim around the windows. And then over here where the AC is coming out, as you guys can see, there is just sitting there. So there's giant hole, and this thing is just sitting right there. So I am going to address that. I do have a plan. You guys just gonna obviously have to stay tuned to see how I'm gonna make this look good. It is in a pretty tough spot right at the bottom, but I'm feeling confident that we can make that work. And then over on this wall, there is probably 1,000 holes that I'm gonna have to fill up and fix. There used to be a floating shelf, and somehow when my brother-in-law stayed over here, he got up out of bed and just knocked everything out the wall completely. So we're gonna have to fix that. We wanted to fix it anyway, so it's no big deal. And then obviously you gotta have keys in your spare bedroom for I don't know why. And then yeah, so brackets, and then there's also a bunch of screws everywhere. And then let me show you guys this closet. So there is some racking that we're gonna have to remove and fill up the holes. I am gonna replace these blinds and then also redo the trim around the windows. And then for this closet area, I was initially thinking that I'm gonna have to just like build some shelves over here and then keep that the way it is. However, I think that is not very optimal, because if you put stuff on this pole over here, you can only put it all there, and then you can put stuff from there all the way to this side, which is kind of a little bit of a waste. So what I am thinking is I'm gonna remove this, do a delete, have a wall here, and have two long poles where you can hang your stuff over there, and then build some shelves over there and still have the top piece all the way around. I think that's how we gonna optimize this space all the way. And then of course the previous owner did some funky Comedina magic over here with this wiring special to have some lighting in here. So that is literally the way. It's just like nailed in, plugged in, adapter, connector or switch, and then little rat's nest over there. Don't know if it's necessary to have downlighters in your closet, but we're gonna delete those and just clean it up. As you guys can see, the walls are on the rougher side, and we got a little surprise over here behind mirror number 1. So this mirror was here when we moved into the house, didn't think much of it. The owner did use like a commercial grade double-sided tape which rubs off the sheetrock and everything that comes with it. So that's going to be fun to take off. And then a little surprise, there's a giant hole behind the mirror. So gonna have to make a fun little sheetrock replacement project over there, which is not ideal, but at least we can get it looking good, and we'll obviously do a mirror delete. And then this AC vent in the closet makes it nice and cool in here, and I am not gonna mess with that because that's gonna be a hole in the rug or a hole in the carpet. So I'm just gonna leave that right there where it is. And then we're also gonna scrape this ceiling and do a delete on the boob lights. There's one there, so that's gonna be deleted, and we're just gonna put a little can light and just make it nice and sleek. So after I cleaned everything out and I went through this room, I kind of changed my approach to this project. So first of all, I was thinking to do the ceilings, scrape it, get it all cleaned up. However, with all the sheetrock work that I also have to get done, I think I'm going to start with the prep work on it. So that way when I do the ceilings, because most probably it will also need some mud work, I can do the walls, the mud work, the sheetrock repairs all kind of at the same time, get the dust out of here, and be ready for baby bash, because as of this recording he'll be here in 2 weeks. So I want to get all the dirty work out the way. And I'm going to start with this closet, take out all these cabinets, these poles, because there's a lot of fixing to be done in this little closet area. And then we're going to keep moving forward and see how far we can get. So let's get right into it. Just straight into sheetrock. There's some nails in there, so we'll see how that come off. Let's see. I think there's going to be a lot of sheetrock work here. Oh yeah, okay. Like I said, a little bit more work than initially thought. So, because this nailed in, and it's probably like liquid nailed in as well. So he's going to pull half the sheetrock off behind it, but gotta get it done. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is not rip out a big piece of sheetrock. So I'm going to take my razor blade, cut around it, so worst case is it will just take off the sheetrock the size of this block. So let's hope for the best. It's also a very dumb design, in my opinion. But hey, everybody's got their own flavor of things, so. Like expected, that sucks. That sucks, but we'll fix it. Let's see how this one comes out. Hopefully we get a little bit of better luck on this side. I thought popcorn ceiling is gonna be the hardest part, but surprise, surprise, that's what you get with little projects. And even though this is just a room remodel, you can always expect some surprises. No surprise there. because he's got these, I don't know what you call these, anchors for a little block. It's 2 feet wide of closet hanging space. It is completely unnecessary, but we'll fix it. I guess it's gonna be a lot more sheetrock than I thought it would be. I'm gonna try to take off this industrial grade double-sided tape and see if we can save a little bit of sheetrock. Not ideal, but I can work with that. I guess I can work with anything that I have to work with. Okay, we're not looking too bad now. Just got one more to go. There's literally a stud there, so just a screw would have been sufficient. We were paid by the nails because there's like 10 nails holding this little block in. Just take a look at this wall. It looks like it's been hit with a shotgun, and there's a lot of walls that look like this. I've counted, there's 39 holes that I'm gonna have to be fixing. However, I'm gonna keep moving forward with that closet and start taking all those cabinets out. So let's go. It's gonna be interesting to see how they built this or slapped it together. I don't know which is worse, because every time I fix or redo something in this house, I seem to be surprised. I feel like at this point I can't be surprised, but every time I think so, I am surprised. Let's see. Got a little extension cord. Somebody's picture. There's another 10 holes added to that 39. Unbelievable. Definitely got my work cut out on this one. Okay, and this will be the last piece of the puzzle. I think it is not secured to anything, so it should just come right out. No surprises there. Craftsmanship is remarkable. Okay guys, I'm ready to start repairing this sheetrock. So I'm going to cut it rectangular, that way it's easier to measure and replace it with another piece of sheetrock. So I'm going to do it multiple ways. If you are repairing sheetrock, you can use either of these methods. So I'm going to go ahead, cut this out, and then start rebuilding this closet basically. So, okay, and there's our first one out. Okay, and there is our opening. So we got a little bit of stud sticking out here and a little bit of stud sticking out here. So that way we can screw our new sheetrock into those stud points and then clean it up all the way through. Okay, now we're ready to install our sheetrock that we cut out. So this piece will go right over here. Okay, so that's one end, and now it's ready for some mud. Okay, so this one we got lucky because there's already a stud, so we can just screw it straight into the stud. Now this one is going to be a little bit trickier because there is nothing to screw it against or into. So what we're going to do there is we're going to use a little plank. This is just like a 1x2. We're going to slide it in behind it, secure it, and then we got a piece of plank to secure it to. So if you pre-drill them like that, you don't have to try to hold it, the plank and everything at the same time and drill. So now we can just slide in our plank, pull it against it, and then just screw it in. Top and bottom. You want to make sure it makes a little dimple into the paint. That way when you put mud over it, the screw don't stick out. So now we're ready to insert this. Perfect. And now you can screw that in. This one, you can do the same with a plank, but it is small enough so we can do a little bit of a different technique, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to get this done. So this opening is 4x4. So our opening that we need to repair is 4x4. So I took an oversized piece of sheetrock. This is the front side, this is the back side. And in the middle, I got my 4x4 block. That's gonna be the insert. And then I did a 2-inch border all the way around it. And I'm gonna show you guys the reason for that. So we're gonna take our knife and then score it and keep the center part of the sheetrock and then remove the outside pieces. So let me show you guys what I mean. And then we're gonna snap it. Okay, so we got, it looks like a fun little jig puzzle. And then we're gonna pull off the sheetrock. Show you guys what I mean here. So we're just gonna slowly pull this right off. Just like that. So we want to keep the paper, but we pull off the sheetrock off the paper. Okay, so this is going to be our block, and we've got a big oversized paper. And I'll show you guys the reason for that. So what we can do, this is usually for small little holes, if you need to fix little small holes. If it's any bigger than this, I would recommend to use a plank. But we got our piece of sheetrock, which we're going to slide in there perfectly like that. And then we're just going to mud everything in, and then there wouldn't be any sign that there was a hole before. So now we gotta mix some mud. Okay, so now I'm ready to mix some joint compound. I'm using this 45 quickset light with a little bit of water. A little bit of water goes a long way with this stuff. So I got my drill ready and my clean water. So I'm gonna put some compound in and start mixing. So I'm going to start off with this one over here. So I'm going to put some mud, a thin layer across here so that paper would stick to it. And then I'm going to cover it again with some mud. So remember guys, I am a DIYer. I'm not the biggest fan of doing sheetrock work. So this is just the way I do it. Remember, this is not the finished product. We are also going to use finishing mud to smooth it out all the way. This is just the first step. Okay, for now, that first step is going to be good enough. So let's move on to this big piece. Got all the holes all cleaned up and mudded in. I am gonna do it with a finishing mud once I'm done with the ceilings. So yeah, that is gonna be the next step, is to take care of these popcorn ceilings. So before I start scraping away with these ceilings, I am gonna remove this light fixture because I think we might reuse it. I'm not too sure if we're actually gonna replace it with something else, but I am gonna save it and not get a bunch of popcorn ceiling on top of it. So I'm gonna remove this light and then prep for scraping these ceilings. Okay, so I got the ceiling fan out, and now we are ready to scrape the ceilings. I am gonna put some coverings over this carpet. I'm gonna put some tarps down and some plastic to make sure none of this mess gets on this carpet, because we are gonna keep the carpet. I am gonna wash it. But yeah, now it's time to get ready to scrape ceilings. Okay guys, the time has come for me to finally scrape the ceilings. I got plastic laid all over, and now it's time. I did procrastinate a little bit because this work isn't fun. I think the only people who enjoy this work is people who actually get paid to do it. And in my case, I don't get paid. I'm just gonna make this room pretty awesome. So I got my watering system here a little bit upgrade from last time. Before I used a little spray nozzle with a handheld. However, my friend Greg suggested to use this contraption. So I'm gonna give it a shot, pump it up, and then it should be a little bit easier to spray and then to run back and forth to refill the spray bottle. So this should get this whole ceiling all wet. You kind of want to get a good amount of water on it, but not too wet so that when you scrape it, you don't damage the sheetrock. So I'm gonna wet it, let it sit a little bit, and then start scraping. So let's go. You guys sit back and enjoy. I am gonna show you guys a little bit, and then I'm gonna switch over to a little bit of a time lapse, play some music for you guys, and enjoy the show. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's see how hard or easy this project is going to be. I think I might have to wet it a little bit more, but let's see. Oh yeah. That looks good. Okay, so this is looking good. We can work with this. It looks like I do need to wet it a good bit so everything just peels right off. I do have to be careful so I do not damage this ceiling over here. That way we're gonna have as minimal repairs as possible. But let's keep going. Oh yeah, this is gold. Okay, so I got one ceiling done and it looks like I'm gonna have to do some sanding and some mudding work on this ceiling, and then I've got one more to go, a little bit smaller at least, and then the last one will be in the closet, which is gonna be the smallest one. So let me knock this out and show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. So I got the second ceiling all done, and as you guys can see with the damage that I've done everywhere, this one was a little bit hotter. The reason for that is this is, I think, part of the original house, and the way they did popcorn back in the day was a little bit different. It seems like it was in the paint compared to this side, which came off a lot easier. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of more repair work on this ceiling over here. And then also there's one light there. We're gonna keep that light, change it into a can light. And then this was just covered with a blank plastic little piece of thing. And then so I'm gonna have to take that out, clean it up, and then fill it up with some sheetrock. And then as you guys can see, there is a lot of repair work that I'm gonna have to do in the sheetrock. I had to soak it up a lot more to get that popcorn ceiling off, but I managed to do so. And here also in this closet area, it looks on the rough side, but I think we'll be able to manage and save this and make it look good again. Guys, that's gonna bring us to the end of this video. This room definitely took me by surprise. There is a lot more work than I initially thought. I thought there was just gonna be a quick, straightforward project, but it never is. So I'm showing you guys this in real time. This isn't like an HD TV special. This is real life, and this is just how projects go. If you are a DIYer, you would probably know that already. So do stay tuned for the next episode. I am going to be doing a lot of sheetrock repair, and hopefully we'll get the ceiling painted and we can move forward. If you guys like this content, share it with your friends and family, or even subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Okay guys, so look. Okay guys. Today we are, as you guys can see, I'm standing in one of our guest space. Okay guys, that's gonna be, okay guys, that's gonna bring us to the end of this video.